and welcome to another session on our freshersworld.com's YouTube channel. My name is Krupa Balakrishna, and in this session I will be taking you through email etiquettes. Emails are something that we use so often, and yet it is a subject in which we lack so much of knowledge. So in this session I will be taking you through all the essentials of a perfect email. Emails help you create the first impression on your recruiter most often. So it's essential that this email is perfect because it speaks about yourself or speaks a lot about your professional self, especially with regards to your grammar, with regards to attention to detail, and so on. So if you have mentioned on your CV that you have a skill of giving attention to detail, but your email has grammatical errors, you are more likely to lose the interview or the chances for the job. So make sure that your email is perfect just by following certain essential tips. The first essential aspect of an email is the subject line. A subject line is what draws the attention of the recruiter on you. So it should be something that makes your recruiter want to open that mail to go through your cover letter or your email. So make sure that your subject line is properly drafted or properly constructed. The first essential aspect of your subject line should always be your job reference number or the job title that is advertised. For example, if it is the company secretary's post and the job reference number is 52, then your subject line should start off with job reference number 52, a hyphen, and company secretary. If your job description reads out company secretary with no job reference number, you can go ahead and write company secretary. The next part of your subject line should always consist a slight headline or a slight description of you. Now when I say description, I don't mean 2 or 3 sentences, I merely mean one line. So for example, if it's a company secretary's post, if the job profile says company secretary with 1 year of experience, your subject line should ideally read job reference number hyphen company secretary with 1 year of experience. Or if the job reference number is not available, you simply say application for the post of company secretary hyphen company secretary with 1 year of experience, or simply company secretary with 1 year's experience. That should do. Make sure that the grammar and the punctuation and even the capitals you use in your subject line is perfect. It is advisable to use uppercase for each word in the line, for each word in your sentence or of the subject line. The second part or the second aspect of an email is the structure of your email. A properly structured email always gives a better impression. The recruiter definitely does not want to see a big long paragraph detailing or describing your professional profile. The recruiter is for sure going to be put off with that. Make sure that you structure your email properly. Ideally, your email will consist of a salutation, an introduction paragraph or an introductory paragraph, the body or of the subject of the email, and the conclusion along with a signing off, and then your signature. Now what do you mean by salutation? Salutation is nothing but how you greet your recruiter. You could simply say dear, the last name. When you use the word dear, you're ideally supposed to be using the last name of the recruiter, and if you do not have the last name of the recruiter, it would be better off to use the first name. But if you do have the last name, always ensure you use the last name. For example, if your recruiter is Varsha Reddy, then you would say dear Miss Reddy. You also are on the safer side when you use Miss for women if you're not sure if they're married or no. It's always advisable to not use terms like hi Varsha or hello Varsha or hi Sid, because that is more casual, and remember, this is a professional email. After your salutation, after using the name of your recruiter, it is best to use a comma and then move on to the introductory part of your email. The introduction of the email should simply consist details of why you are writing the email. The recruiter knows why you're writing the email, but it would simply be grammatically correct to use an introductory line or introductory paragraph for your email. So your introductory paragraph would ideally contain a sentence stating that I am happy to apply for the post mentioned above, and I have attached my CV for your reference. That should be done. That should do for the first introductory part of your email. The next part of your email consists of the body. The body is very important because the body does all the magic. The body is where you'll be describing why you feel you're best for the post and what makes you the most ideal candidate and what sets you apart from the rest. Remember, this email also works as a cover letter, so you needn't repeat your CV in this email. All that you have to do is make sure that you write down what is not on your CV. For example, if I am a company secretary with experience of 2 years and I also also have a law degree in hand, then I would be saying that I'm the best candidate considering the extensive experience and the variety of knowledge and qualification that I possess. If I'm applying to a job abroad and I have experience from India and abroad, then I would be saying I believe I'm the best candidate for this profile because of the wide scope and wide variety of experience and knowledge and qualifications that I possess. So these are certain tips that you could be following to make sure your body stands out and makes you the best candidate. You also would be better off describing your soft skills in your body, because that is again something that draws a recruiter towards the position. Make sure that you highlight whatever is mentioned in your job profile or job description and connect it with your profile and description into this part of the email. The body should not be longer than about 5 to 6 sentences. So make sure that you effectively write and not just write. Effective writing is different from normal writing, and it is very important in this part. Your third part of the email or your conclusion part should always indicate your eagerness to attend an interview. This is where you'll be ending the mail. The importance of the ending or the conclusion part is equal to that of the beginning or the introductory part. So make sure that you draft it quite well. The conclusion should always indicate how confident you are about receiving or about landing an interview with this particular organization. So the ideal line would be, I'm looking forward to discuss my skills and experience more in detail on an interview with your firm, and I will be looking forward to an interview with your firm, and so on. So these are the kind of words you use in your conclusion part. And then comes the signing off. Your signing off should always be positive. So saying something like, hopefully I will get a mail back from you, indicates a pessimistic approach, and that's not what you want to portray to your recruiter. So something that says, looking forward to speaking to you soon, is more positive. So terms of this sort should be perfect. Also make sure that you use a lot of adjectives in your profile, something that indicates that you are a person of action. By now, all of you should have a personalized signature on your emails. If you are not sure how to do this, all that you have to do is go to your email settings, go down to signature, and write down whatever you want to be your signature. Make sure that it is professional and not something casual. So we don't want signatures that read out Krupa Balakrishna, artistic mind and beautiful face. That's not something we want or the recruiter wants to see. It has to be professional. So ideally, a signature would say Krupa Balakrishna, grad ICSA, which is the qualification, or Krupa Balakrishna, BCom, MCom, which is again your qualification, and the following part should contain your contact details. Remember, sometimes your recruiter might want to call you back or contact you just after reading your profile or reading your email. So make sure that it is easily accessible. Your contact details must be easily accessible. Now, when I say contact details, I do not intend to say your address, but it has to be your phone number and sometimes links to your digital career profiles as well. Also ensure that before you send out the mail, you read it at least twice. A mail with grammatical errors is definitely a turn off for recruiters. So make sure that your email is void of any sort of grammatical errors or spelling mistakes. Make sure that your email is properly punctuated as well, because that again makes a huge difference. Ensure that your CVs and relevant documents are attached to your mail, because you don't want to send off the mail and the recruiter opens the mail with no CV. That again is a turn off. Also ensure that the sender's address is correct, and make sure that you do send out the emails at professional times. You do not want to be sending out an email at 11 or 12 in the night. That is definitely not something that recruiters would want, and definitely not professional. So that's about email etiquettes for today's session. We will be doing more about email etiquettes and other modes of correspondence with your recruiters. Do keep watching this space and do subscribe to our channel freshersworld.com. Thank you.